Learning how to track your calories will give you the knowledge you need to take your fitness to the next level. Your body runs on energy, and energy comes from calories. Calories come from food. You must understand your caloric balance, because your caloric balance determines whether you gain or lose weight. If you want to gain muscle mass, then you have to be in a caloric surplus. If you want to lose fat, you have to be in a caloric deficit. This is going to be one of the most important videos ever on this channel. So make sure you watch it. Doesn't matter how much working out you're doing. If your nutrition is not in congruency with your fitness goals, you will not achieve your fitness goals. I'll say it one more time. If your nutritional protocol, your dietary protocol, does not run concurrent, if it does not support your fitness goals, then you will not attain your fitness goals. What do I mean by that? If you're trying to gain weight and you're eating, all of my friends tell me this. They say, I'm eating, I'm not gaining any muscle. I'm working out hard, I'm eating. But they don't know exactly how much calories they're consuming because they're not tracking in calories. They're not tracking it. It's so vague and obscure to say, oh, I'm eating some more rice, or I'm eating some more bread. How much more are you eating? How much more rice are you eating? You don't know. You say this much. It's too vague. You have to track the stuff, okay? So, in this video, I'm gonna give you the knowledge you need, but I wanna make sure you guys know the importance of tracking your macros. First things first, you're going to have to purchase a food scale. A food scale ranges between 10 to 20 bucks, and this is going to allow you to quantify and measure what you're consuming. Because you can say, oh, I ate a potato, let me just track it. How big was the potato? Was it 100 grams? Was it 500 grams? Was it a kilogram? Do you know? The heavier it weighs, the more calories it contains. So you have to know how much it weighs so that you can actually measure how much calories you're consuming. So get this scale first things first. Next up, you're going to type in calorie calculator on Google, and you're going to click on the first link. It should be calculator.net/calorie calculator. This is the website that's going to formulate the amount of calories that you need for your fitness goal. Now, this calorie calculator is going to ask you for your age, gender, height, weight, and activity level. Most people are going to need to choose the option lightly active. I chose the option lightly active, and it works well for me. 1 to 3 times per week, it says. Some people who are much more active throughout the week, like if you're playing tons of sports throughout the week, or if you're always on your feet every single day, if you're walking miles on end, you may want to bump it up. But I would say start with less, and if you see that you need more calories, then bump it up. Bump your activity level up so that the calorie calculator can formulate your caloric needs accordingly. But for me, I chose 1 to 3 times per week. I mean, I strength train 3 times per week, and that's about it. My cardio is separate. I don't count my cardio in. I'll make another video on how I get the calories back in for cardio. But for now, activity level, 1 to 3 times per week. We need to find out how much calories we need. So we have to be very, very, very modest and very honest as well. Now, if you don't want to use that website, a general guideline would be to multiply your body weight times anywhere between 16 to 18 if you want to gain weight, or multiply your body weight times anywhere between 12 to 14 if you want to lose weight. I'm not a big fan of that guideline because it's way too general and the numbers will vary by hundreds of calories. I prefer to be a little bit more meticulous and get a better estimated guess. That's why I refer to these scientific calculators. And if you want to get more serious about your fitness goals, then you should refer to these scientific calculators as well. But for starters, if you don't want to complicate things, Then you can just go ahead and multiply your body weight, like I said, by 16 to 18 if you want to gain weight. Multiply by 12 to 14 if your goal is weight loss. Now, when I put my numbers in a calorie calculator, it tells me that I need 2,186 calories in order to maintain my body weight. So I know that I will have to go above that to gain weight, and I will have to go below that to lose weight. Now, it also tells me that I need 2,686 calories to gain 1 pound a week, but I don't want to gain a pound a week. Why? Because the body can only synthesize but so much muscle within a given period of time. So if you're consuming too much calories over a given period of time, guess what? You're gonna store it as fat. And the goal on a caloric surplus is not to gain fat, it's to gain muscle mass. Now, you will gain some fat, that's a part of the process, but you want to minimize that. How do you minimize that? You decrease the surplus. So instead of shooting for a pound a week, I'm going to shoot for a half a pound a week. How do I do that? I'll take that 2686 and I'll subtract it by 250, and that will give me 2436. So 2436, 2,436 calories is how much calories my body needs daily, every day, in order to gain a half a pound per week. Next up, you want to download this calorie tracking app known as MyFitnessPal. This app will allow you to track and measure your caloric balance on the daily. So you have to download this app. It's called MyFitnessPal. Download it ASAP. Now that you found out how many calories your body needs, it's time to track so you can make some gains. Now that you've downloaded MyFitnessPal, you want to go to the home page, go down to the bottom right, it should say more, and then you should see goals. Hit goals. At goals, you want to go down to calorie and macronutrient goals. Hit that tab, and then it should say default goal. Under default goal, it'll say calories. You hit calories, you input the calories you received from the website for whatever your goals are. So for example, I'm going to put 24. Okay, now under that, it's going to give you different macronutrients, carbohydrates, protein, and fats. Typically for bulking, I like to go with a 60-20-20 split. 60% carbohydrates, 20% protein, 20% fats. For cutting, I like to begin with a 50-30-20 split. 50% carbohydrates, 30% protein, 20% fat. And that is how you input your calories into MyFitnessPal so you can get started on tracking your macros. After all that is said and done, now it's time to track the macros. So, first food item here is a Nutri-Grain bar. You don't have to weigh this because it has a barcode on the back. With MyFitnessPal, it will give you an option to hit that barcode and scan this barcode. And it'll automatically pull up this food source with the macronutrients right there and the calories right there. If you have a banana, you're going to have to weigh it because bananas tend to vary in size. Now, you don't want to weigh the whole banana because you're not going to eat the banana peel. So you want to take off the banana peel because that's extra weight that we're not consuming. Now you want to throw it right on the scale here. I'm going to turn the scale on. Always make sure it's on 0. I'm going to go to grams. I want to weigh it in grams. Now that's 114 grams of banana right there. Very easy. All I have to do is go to MyFitnessPal. I type in banana. I make sure I want my units to be tracked as grams because that's how I measured it. And then I hit the check button and it's right into my caloric balance for the day. Deducting from my caloric balance. Then I can enjoy my banana and be one step closer to my fitness goals, whether it be gaining mass or losing fat. Now for food like this, these are peppermint pretzel slims. I will have to look on the back to the nutrient profile, and right under nutrition facts, it should give you the serving size. As you can see right here, the serving size says, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it says 1 ounce, 28 grams, about 4 crackers. So what do? I'll put a bowl right on the scale. Now, you want to put the bowl on a scale first, then you want to hit tare Because if you put the bowl on the scale after you hit tier, you're gonna get the weight of the bowl. We're not eating the bowl. So always make sure it's on 0 with the bowl on there. Now I'm going to put the pretzel skims, slims, whatever you call it, onto the bowl here. And I'm trying to get 28 grams. Let's get the camera over here. Where we at? That's 18 grams, so I need some more. I need some more. I need 28 grams. That's 22 grams, almost there. One serving is 28. 27, that's close enough. 27 is close enough. And there you have it. Now all I have to do is go ahead and scan this barcode onto my FitnessPal, and it should come up with the units, and it'll say 28 grams or 1 ounce, 4 crackers, with how much calories it contains. And then I can enjoy my pretzel slims. Simple as that. For peanut butter, I will do the same thing. I will put a bowl on a scale, and I will hit tier to turn it on. I will go to grams. I will scoop how much peanut butter I want out. I will look in the back. One serving is 2 tablespoons, 32 grams. Now, if I want 16 grams and not 32 grams, I'll put 16 grams. Now, when I scan the barcode, it'll come up with 32 grams. But if you know basic math, you know that 16 is half of 32. And it'll ask you how many servings you're getting. I'll put that I'm getting 1/2 of a serving, because half of 32 is 16. I can have my 16 grams. Now, if I wanted 48 grams, we know that 48 grams is 1.5 servings, because 1 serving is 32 grams, half serving is 16 grams, 16 plus 32 is 48 grams. So I will put 1.5. So basic math you need to know in order to be able to track your calories. But this is the best way to go about your fitness goals, guys, because you have knowledge on what you're consuming and how much you're consuming. So you can go back to the drawing board and say, I've been eating this many calories, I haven't been losing weight, maybe I need to decrease the calories. I've been eating this much calories and I haven't been gaining weight, maybe I need to increase the calories. That's simple, guys. It's your boy J Living Fit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more. Give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends if they don't know about the information already. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.